Previously on the Infinite Escape Room.
I'll have some. It's an infusion, it's a cow's piss. Tea.
And a full body shiver.
You have plenty of jism, but it will not help you.
Who's been to Harlem been like, oh yeah, this again? Hello, and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room, the puzzling podcast where a group of geographically diverse chums come together, have a drink, and work together to solve a homemade escape room of the ears. I'm Mike. I'm drinking a Bud Light because it's 3% and I've got to drive later. It's all right, it's like orange squash it's not like, mega beer, but it's all right.
It's like still water.
It's like orange squash. They serve it at nurseries.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give it too much to your 4-year-old or they'll get tartrazine hyperness.
Mostly water.
And locked in with me today, we have...
Anna, and I'm drinking a San Miguel, as per usual.
I'm Dom, and I'm drinking a Kronenberg.
I'm Laura, and I'm drinking a Thatcher's Rosé.
And Anna, that's one of the first times that you've not actually got stuck on your name. And I am Anna, and we are recording around Dom and Anna's dining table on this board game day. It's International Board Game Day, probably somewhere.
It is in this living room.
In this living room, it's board game day. It's board game, beer, and snacky doodles day, and also now recording day. Everybody right?
Yeah,
fine, thanks. How are you?
Super duper.
Bit weird to have try and stimulate organic podcast conversation when you've been in the same space for several hours.
Did you have a nice lunch?
It was all right. It was delicious. I had a lovely sandwich made by Dominic. So what is the Infinite Escape Room? Well, it's like any other escape room you may be familiar with, except instead of happening in bricks, mortar, and spaces that you can touch with your greasy little mittens, this one happens in the imagination space betwixt your ears and our mouths.
And everybody's turned off because they're disgusted.
But time to turn you back on again with this. Every room in the Infinite Escape Room links into the next in one big, never-ending escape experience adventure. Each week, one of us will present a part of the Infinite Escape Room, and this week, it's Sweet Dominic, while the others try and solve it. If we don't escape within the allotted period of time, then we shall lose, and terrible bum-squelchy things will happen to us. And if we break anything, we will lose our deposit, which this week is Dom and Anna's new sofa.
No.
Which is from
That's not fair on me.
Darlings
Why
of
lose a sofa if
Chelsea.
you break my puzzle room?
Well, Anna's got some skin in the game.
I suppose.
And it's from Darlings of Chelsea as well. That's where it's from. I didn't even know this was a brand or a place that buy furniture. Yeah, sponsor us, Darlings of Chelsea. There's definitely a massive intersection between people interested in
boutique furniture.
escape rooms of the ears. So, are we ready, folks?
Oh, I just thought. So you could do something like are you sitting comfortably? That would be part of the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Let's do the rest of this episode like we've been heavily sponsored. Heavily sponsored. So, are you sitting comfortably like you were sitting on a Darlings of Chelsea fabulous hand-stuffed chair? Only the finest geese, not even
Stuff
the down.
these chairs with human hair.
They worked out that the goose is the softest part of the goose, so they put the whole goose. Every other book just fills it with goose down. They put the whole goose.
Goose up.
Goose up, Darlings of Chelsea. Get our discount code. Use the referral code in this link. And even more beloved than Darlings of Chelsea are our darling, wonderful patrons. And in particular, I'd like to thank two of them, Jade Shaw and Jen McPhillamy. Thanks so very, very much. We really, really appreciate it. If you too would like to support us for as little as £1 a month, get access to early episode releases, bonus content, I think we have Discord set up now, and more, then head on over to patreon.com/The Infinite Escape Room. Are we ready, folks?
Aye, Captain.
Yep.
Over to you, Dom, as we enter the Infinite Escape Room.
When last we saw our puzzlers, they were fleeing for their lives from a swarm of manic, microscopic monkeys, the enraged cries of their master echoing after you. Running full pelt, you miss a step and fall headlong onto the ground. Suddenly, the world seems to judder, then everything flashes into a bright, blank blue, and a whining tone fills your ears. The blue flickers to black. Then the droning noise stops, and a scene appears all at once before you. You're in a nondescript anteroom. The walls, ceiling and skirting boards are painted black. The floor is a well-trodden plasticky carpet. Against the wall ahead of you, a youngish man sits on a folding chair, reading a paperback. In the wall next to him is a door painted white. On the wall next to the door is mounted some kind of machine, vaguely reminiscent of a one-armed bandit. Hearing you arrive, he looks up, surprised. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Yeah.
With...
Someone help me.
I thought I'd defer to the experienced role player. What ho there, gangly youngster. Hi. We're in the Infinite Escape Room.
Yeah, of course. You're here for a room. And of course, we have a room carefully planned and ready. It's completely planned and thematically clever. He reaches up to the machine and pulls the handle. 2 reels spin inside, words blurring past the small windows. The wheels slow, then tick to a stop, showing 2 words, spy and breakfast. Little behind-the-scenes note here, I couldn't think of a theme, so I went on to a online phrase generator and made it give me 2-word phrases. The first one was reinforce part. The second was spy breakfast, and the third was limited curtain. At which point I decided to go with the second one.
Oh man, that would have been a tough call between that and the third one. Limited curtain. This curtain does not quite cover the whole window. It's quite bright out, and you're very hungover.
Someone has to take turns in the shaft of sunlight. Aha, says the youngish man. It's the spy breakfast room. Yes, prepare to enter the spy breakfast room. With a half-hearted flourish, he pulls open the door and gestures you inside. He closes the door behind you, and you hear the lock click. You find yourselves in a small kitchen. Through a window that takes up most of one wall, you can see a Greasy Spoon cafe, sparsely occupied. A figure hurries up to you. He's wearing a chef's hat, pulled down so far you can barely see his eyes. Beneath that, he's wearing a trench coat with the collar up so high it almost meets his hat. You're late, he hisses at you. I've already taken the orders of the customers and checked we have everything you'll need. As you can see through the 2-way mirror, there are 3 of them. The package will be delivered in half an hour. You need to have served all of them by then. If they're still here when the asset arrives, he'll get spooked and won't make the drop. Luckily, they all ordered to go. He hands you a page from a notepad with orders scribbled on it.
Oh, we've got an actual physical prop. Oh, okay.
Do the orders one at a time. Once you've made each order, put it on the nose too much waiter and ring the bell. Right, my shift finished 10 minutes ago. Yours starts now. I'm off. He steps behind the fridge and vanishes.
Dumb way.
What do you want to do?
This is great.
Does somebody want to read out the note?
You have it. So.
Okay, so Dom's actually passed me an actual note.
I figure we could put a picture up for
Patreons.
Yeah.
Well, for everybody. This is actually genuinely the first time somebody's handed me a physical prop in all of tier. Oh, breaking ground. Okay, so it's a piece of notepaper, a list on it. So number 1 on the list is the usual, all in caps, underlined. Number 2 on the list is 4 words over each other: prattles, former, cooking, apostrophe, before you. And then number 3 on the list is a number table with lots of numbers on, which I won't read out here, but has a series of asterisks in the table as well. So we've got to serve these 3 people to take away.
One at a time. We put it on the nose too much waiter. One at a time. And all are ordered to go.
Okay.
So we have to serve all the patrons.
Can we take a look in the kitchen, Dom, see what there is?
If we say The window is to the north. Then to the north, you have the window that takes up most of the wall. Next to it is the what's presumably the nose too much waiter, which is a tray in front of a hatch with a button next to it. Then behind you, so we'll say to the south, is the door you came in through. There's also a prep station and a shelf above the prep station. To your right, so to the east, there is a fridge. And to the west, there are 2 cupboards, an oven, and a kettle.
Can I look in the fridge?
You can.
What's in there?
Eggs, milk, orange juice, lemons, sausages, bacon, and potato waffles.
Most of a good breakfast there. Yeah. I suppose you wouldn't keep baked beans in the fridge. The baked beans will be in the cupboard.
Do you want to look in the cupboards?
Yeah, and there are baked beans in there.
Okay, there are 2 cupboards. In one cupboard, there are bananas, a jar of olives, a few tins of beans, some shredded wheat, some cornflakes, some crumpets, and some bread. In the other cupboard is pans, plates, bowls, cups, and glasses.
You said there's a window as well. What can we see out the window?
The window is, you were told it's actually a 2-way mirror, which shows you the cafe itself.
Okay, what can we see?
So as I said, it's sort of like a greasy spoon style cafe. There are 3 occupied tables. At the left-hand table sits an arrogant-looking man wearing a tuxedo, playing with a metal pen, suavely bored. At the center table, you can only see a newspaper held up and open, the reader hidden behind it. A pair of holes cut in the paper reveal shifty eyes that seem to be peering straight at you through the mirrored glass. And at the right-hand table sits a tired and nervous man in horn-rimmed spectacles, wearing a bulky set of headphones. He is focusing intently on whatever he's listening to and making notes on a pad. There was also a shelf above the prep station.
What's on there?
Tea bags, coffee, scotch, gin, vodka, dry vermouth, and sweet vermouth.
This is a breakfast greasy spoon.
Yes.
Is that for the chefs or is that for the patron?
Yes.
I mean, we could all have ourselves a cheeky Irish coffee.
Tea bags, coffee, scotch, gin, vodka, and vermouth. Sweet vermouth.
If you put scotch in coffee, do you put gin in tea? Is that the way it works? Like getting...
I mean, you can do. It's very Victorian, isn't it?
Yeah, like getting red wine on the carpet.
Gin in the tea is Victorian. They used to
it feels gin. It. Didn't they put gin in everything?
Well, yeah.
And everyone.
Whoops.
Put it in an IV.
That's my timer. Nope.
Yay,
good.
Bonus time.
6 minutes down.
So let's have a look at this sheet then. So these are the orders.
Those are the 3 orders.
So Prattles, former, cooking before you, the usual.
Yes, so we've got to make 3 orders. We've got 3 people. I mean, I wonder if there's anything about... So we've got the usual.
So the usual for all of them.
Well, I say the way that
one of them.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 orders.
The way that Dom's written this as well, the usual, like it's the, and then there's a bit of a space, and then usual. So I wonder if there's something to do with the alignment of the letters. Dom's making the kind of face that's like... Sometimes I just write off center.
I can give you a nudge, which I probably should have written into the puzzle itself, which is that the 3 orders are left to right as you look at the people in the cafe.
Ah, okay. So the usual is for the James Bond type fellow.
Yeah.
The Prattle's former cooking before you is for newspaper peaky boy. And then the scary matrix of numbers and asterisks is
Headphones Man.
Headphones Man, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Wouldn't the James Bond style fellow have like a vodka martini or something?
Yeah.
For breakfast. Do we have? We've got gin and
vermouth. Yeah,
vermouth. Is that everything we need
for a martini?
We could do
gin and vermouth, isn't it?
That would be the usual, wouldn't it?
Well,
we haven't any vodka.
Yeah, that's vodka.
Yeah, on the shelf is tea bags, coffee, scotch, gin, vodka, dry vermouth, and sweet vermouth.
Should we do him a vodka martini?
Yeah, let's do him a vodka martini.
How do you make a vodka martini? I mean,
does
this sounds really stupid.
Does James Bond drink a vodka martini, or does he drink a martini?
Vodka martini.
Doesn't he drink? Isn't the martini he does? Isn't it gin and vermouth?
I don't know.
Because a vodka martini is vodka instead of gin.
Because what does he say in the movies?
I mean,
I don't watch James Bond movies.
I know. I think it is a vodka martini.
There's vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, I know. He definitely wants to have it shaken. Whatever it is, he wants to shake it.
Yeah, no spoon anywhere near it.
Does he have an olive in it? Have we had any olives
Yeah, there's olives in the
in the
cupboard.
film? Okay, there's olives in the cupboard.
Have we missed anything in the kitchen? Has everything been described?
I think I've described everything.
Is there anything out on the prep station?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to get some olives out on the prep station. I'm going to get the vodka, the sweet vermouth, the other kind of vermouth,
Dry vermouth.
the dry vermouth.
Hard vermouth.
Hard vermouth, soft vermouth.
Chocolate vermouth.
Yeah,
What would soft vermouth be? Just syrup, I guess.
marshmallow flavour. So I can't remember how to make a vermouth. This is taking me back to when I actually first worked in a bar. I just make it up. I'm just going to make it up. So it's
You got to make it in a mug as well because it's breakfast time.
exactly.
Well, why don't we just like throw some vodka in the cup?
Put some vodka, a measure of vodka.
Measure of vodka. We can measure it with a slightly smaller cup,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
same again of martini. Throw some olives.
We don't have
We'll
we don't, Martini. I think is actually a brand. So
Yeah,
this
Martini's
is
a brand.
this is
think
corner
it's-
shop non-brand
okay.
vermouth.
I think Martini has dry vermouth.
I think it's dry.
Okay, so
Yeah.
dry vermouth, and then I guess if we put like
An olive.
olive in, and then put a saucer on top of the mug,
Yeah.
give it a good shake,
Shake. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I guess put it on the nose too much
Yeah.
waiter. Speaking of non-branded, by the way, you can't beat Bob's of Chelsea. Or what was it again?
Darlings of Chelsea.
Darlings of Chelsea's sofas, who are everything you need in a branded sofa. You can find the discount code in the something or other below.
Nice.
So, there you go.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not going well.
Yeah. Can we put that on the? Can we put the mug of vodka martini, excellently made, on the dumbwaiter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you press the button.
Yeah.
Cool. There is a buzz. The hatch opens, the tray slides through, and the hatch closes again. The gentleman in the tuxedo stands up and strolls over. He picks up the mug. He sniffs it. He has a sip. He frowns ever so slightly, but then nods and leaves the cafe.
Never to return. We've lost a customer
Time
forever.
for a good drive. This mug of
Yeah, he's got a self-driving car. He's be fine.
Q. I need a sick bag.
Right, so number 2. So Prattle's former cooking before you.
Is it like an anagram or something? Maybe.
Prattles. Yeah.
I'm trying to wonder if there's anything letter-wise that matches, but sort of breakfast-wise, but I don't think.
Prattles. Yeah.
Potato waffles. No.
Yeah. Potato waffles, Frosties, cooking bacon. Looking at the guy through the two-way mirror with his eyes peeking out the
Yep.
newspaper.
He looks straight back.
Can we see, are there any indications on the newspaper itself?
No, it's one of those ones that spin up in movies where only the headline is anything and everything else is a load of nonsense. It's very clearly a prop newspaper.
So, listeners, this will be in the show notes. So if you can spot the anagram in this, then please phone the past where we are wondering how to crack this. Go on, Laura, you're
I'm trying to
you're a
think.
machine. Process.
Imagine if it's like when you think of alternative words for it.
Oh, talk before, like prattles, like talk.
Yeah.
Former before, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
something before. Oh,
Chat before. No. Talk.
yeah, chat, prattles, chat. Yeah.
Prattles. So chat before baking before you.
Ahead, maybe instead of before.
Yeah. Head.
It's like talk before something ahead, maybe.
I feel like it's cooking instructions.
I will say you're on the right lines. We're thinking of other words to an extent, other meanings of what's written there.
Cooking. Why does he say cooking rather than cooking?
Good question.
Yeah. Cooking.
Could it be cooking? Could that be the?
So I reckon that lines up with food. So prattles. Is there anything that's chattery? Waffles. So waffles.
Waffles, yeah.
Yeah.
Waffle
So
instead of
prattles are
prattle.
waffles. Former.
Oh yes! Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So former is
Former bean.
beans. Oh, it's just bean. So yeah. So
A bean.
waffles, beans, Cooking.
Bacon.
Baking.
Bacon instead of cooking.
Bacon.
Bacon instead of
Yes.
baking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Before you.
Oh, that's another
I
one.
mean, waffles, beans, and bacon already sounds like what would accompany that breakfast naturally in a good.
You're halfway through your time. That's a good question that Michael
Alright.
asked, though.
Orange, you glad I didn't say No, that's...
What happened before me? Mum.
so-
What comes before you?
Scotch.
Is it a what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, maybe egg. Yeah, eggs.
I mean, that looks like it would be a good meal to me. Waffles, bacons, beans, and egg.
Okay, let's put it. Waffles, bacon, beans, and eggs.
Yeah.
We put it on a plate.
Oh, I suppose we should probably cook it.
Probably cook it first.
Oh yeah, put them raw, and then I think maybe we should cook it.
Okay, yeah. We'll whack.
I'm going to toast the waffles because it's
toast
quicker.
waffles. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
Because we're running out of time.
I'll stick the bacon.
There is no toaster.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's
Okay, I'm going to
fine.
have to grill it.
Great.
Hurry up, Michael! Come on.
Okay.
Do the
Well,
eggs.
you grill that. I'll quickly fry an egg.
Okay.
And get the bacon on in the same pan, and throw the beans on in another corner.
No, Laura's doing the beans.
You do the beans.
You're shit at beans, Michael. Come on.
Oh, Laura does actually do better beans than me as well.
Does she actually?
Yeah, for trues. Okay, yeah, and then whack it all on
So,
the plate. And
one more time, what's on the plate?
waffles,
Beans.
beans, bacon,
Eggs.
and eggs.
Okay.
And
think
in a
it's
dumb way
eggs.
to press the button. Yeah, I think I get the feeling eggs isn't right, but we'll see what happens.
It slides through the hatch. The gentleman walks up. He maintains the newspaper at all times. You still can't see. He even bends slightly to look at the plate from behind his newspaper. He shakes his head or shakes his newspaper and points at the baked beans. Shakes his head again and walks back to his table. The dish comes
Formers and
back
beans.
through into the kitchen.
So the eggs were right then.
It's form and that's wrong.
Former. I mean, is it beans plural is wrong? Because bean, just a bean.
Just one.
But then you
bean.
could have just not eaten the rest of the beans. Former. Before. Previous. I'm going to look at the other
Bread is former toast. Wait, no, it's the other way around.
Yes, I suppose it is. Yeah. Toast is toast.
And sausages are former poo.
Shredded wheat. No, that's just former bread. No, it's not even former
It's
bread.
not former anything.
Yeah.
Former field. Oh no.
Bananas.
Yeah, former.
Yeah, form I'm struggling with.
Do you want to nudge?
A nudge would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you already have former correct on the plate.
So we got former right.
But beans shouldn't be on there, so we said something else then.
So before you was probably beans.
No.
Yeah, because I've been.
Sorry.
Wait.
So former we've already got right on the
So
plate.
it's-
So it's before you, presumably.
that we didn't have right.
But it was the beans that.
Maybe a
Wrong.
cup of
Beans
tea.
shouldn't be there.
So former might be egg then. So
Yeah.
it was before you, because former's right. You don't got to worry about former.
Oh, before you. Sorry.
As I said, what comes before you?
Tea.
Tea.
Oh, God.
I figured we needed a drink. All right, tea. We'll put some tea on there. Tea on the plate.
Yes.
Waffles, bacon, egg. and a
That's
cup
how
of
we
tea.
deal with
There we go.
customers.
Yeah, we'll serve it in a bowl.
Yeah, we'll serve it in a bowl, in a saucer, as it was supposed to be served. Okay, this is an old-fashioned place.
Yeah.
So let's send out.
Oh, let's send out shaken, not stirred. That
Yeah,
can be like this cafe's hook. So we'll give it a good shake.
got a theme. Yeah,
Yeah, waffles, bacon,
Downstairs.
egg, and tea go out then in the dumb waiter. Oh, the not too much waiter, sorry.
Okay, the newspaper man approaches again, looks down, nods approvingly, and because he ordered it to go, he I guess slides it all off the plate into his briefcase,
How does he do that without lowering the newspaper?
one-handed. His newspaper's clearly
Was holding it from above?
It's
no,
just
it's
one solid
it
thing.
must be on a frame. Yeah, it hasn't changed.
It's laminated. It doesn't.
Okay.
Staples it to his face at the beginning of the day.
It's on a pair of glasses, just on his face.
Okay, stick it to his glass.
Barb newspaper was struck by lightning while reading the newspaper. He gained a face of newspaper.
And then he walks backwards out of the cafe.
I love working here.
Okay, so now
so
we've just got this. In fact, I'm
This
just going to.
horrible table.
I wonder if this is an indexed version of the alphabet, perhaps. Because we've got numbers here. I don't see any numbers higher than the number of letters there are in the alphabet.
Super.
Yeah, but what?
So, I mean, we could try just maybe, so A, B, C, and then 15 is Yeah. Should we just write down a quick index of the
Yeah.
alphabet and then go from there? But what if it's specific instructions for an order?
Maybe. Who's this guy? This guy with the headphones on. Ooh.
Well, we haven't made any cereal yet.
No.
I say made any cereal. I imagine buying a chef's time to pour milk on cereal is a real kind of life low.
What's the name of that film where the man listens to people through the wall?
The Conversation.
The Conversation. So he might be listening to everything we're saying right now. Probably finding it quite funny that we don't know what he's ordered.
We won't piss in your food. Okay, Laura's doing a cheeky index of the alphabet. Lovely.
What would we do without Laura?
I think I'd starve to death at lunchtimes and then have to eat double at dinner.
Laura does make amazing lunches. I had a sandwich.
Okay, so we have 3,
C
15,
O
21,
U
12,
It's like the Countdown podcast.
L.
4.
So could
Okay, then 9.
I
Aha, we've got it. 16,
P
12,
L
5.
E
I missed an opportunity with good IP, by the way.
A.
Come back to that and get it.
Can I please
Okay, and then
J
10, 21,
just
Right at the end.
19,
Do the last
15.
line first.
just have
I can tell you now that actually this is the third prop I made because I kept
yes,
getting it wrong. Write this down and just
Have-
throw away the whole thing.
some
Cornflakes. No.
Z
I think it might actually be cornflakes.
L
It could be.
You've got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
corn
Flakes.
Cornflakes. Okay, I'll stop pouring out some cornflakes.
and
Oh,
O.
Orange juice.
Yeah. Just cornflakes and orange juice.
Okay, I make some cornflakes and orange juice, and I put them on the dumbwaiter.
oh no! And I shake them.
Shake them up. Yeah, shake them up good and proper. Yeah.
And then you put them on the nose.
Put them on the nose too much waiter. Sorry.
Okay, cool. You press the button.
Yes, I do.
The hatch opens. The tray slides through. The man takes off his headphones and walks over. He looks at what you presented him. He nods in a satisfied way. He picks them up. He gathers together all of his equipment and he leaves the cafe.
Ooh. Okay.
Exactly 5 minutes after the door closes behind him with his breakfast, a nervous-looking lollipop man opens the door and glances around the cafe. Seeing the hatch in the wall, he slowly approaches, casting anxious glances at the mirror you stand behind. In a sudden movement, he thrusts a package into the nose too much waiter and dashes from the cafe. Retrieving the package, you can see it is wrapped in brown paper. Within is a black metal box, and inside that is a large silver key. It fits the keyhole on the door perfectly. You open the door and immediately step back, blasted by howling wind and stinging rain. Shielding your faces with your hands, you can see that the door apparently leads to a bleak moor lashed by a dark storm. Bracing yourselves against the elements, you step forward into the heath. But congratulations, you solved my puzzle with 5 minutes to spare.
Oh, well done.
And several nudges in the right direction.
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
That was so fun.
So former is X.
X. Oh, yeah.
Former X. Oh.
X.
XX, yeah.
Oh, that was, yeah. So we were accidentally.
You accidentally got eggs right, which is why I felt I needed to point out that you'd gotten the eggs right by accident. Otherwise, you would have been looking at the wrong clue to work out T.
Because we'd done some real mental leapfrogging to get 2 eggs on before you. What comes before you if you're a chicken? Because I thought you were just going towards that really old joke of what came before you, your dad.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But no, that was really good. Yeah, that was. I'm pleased that it was indexing of the alphabet on that because I might have no other ideas whatsoever.
Yeah, and then I just made it purposefully long, which I thought, would be good for the stress levels of trying to get it before the end. Didn't think about how good it would be for radio purposes.
That's what editing's for.
Yeah.
editing, a fade and some elevator music, followed by Laura's angry muttering.
It's really spy music, not elevator music.
Can I help, Laura? No, I got this.
I was getting confused because you kept talking to me and I kept losing which line I was on.
Yeah, I did the same while writing it out. There are 2 other versions of that in the bin.
That was a really good one.
That was really good. I'm glad that you did it instead of, was it Meager Curtain?
Limited curtain.
Limited curtain.
And reinforced part.
Yeah, reinforced part would have been quite rubbish.
Reinforced parts. Just like Davidson sofas. No, that's not their name.
Darlings
I'm
of
not gonna
Chelsea
correct
with their
you.
reinforced part and their limited curtains.
Limited curtains and reinforced parts. And more at Darlings of Chelsea. But not much more. It's parts, curtains.
I think it's mostly just I
And
think it's just furniture, right? It's just sofas and armchairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get 10% off of that with
That's not true.
the code thing.
We didn't even get 10%.
If you're listening from Darlings and Chelsea, I guess we basically sponsored you. The plug's here. Send us a footstool when we call it even. Send us a footstool each.
We're just doing this out of gratitude for the sofa. It's a fantastic.
It is a very nice sofa.
It is a very, very nice sofa.
It's also a transformer. Becomes a bed.
No, so next week, join us to find out what we're doing on a blasted heath. So thank you very much for listening. You can subscribe to us on all of your favourite apps, feeds, iTunes, and at our website, theinfiniteescaperoom.com. You can also follow us and get in touch via Facebook and Twitter, where we are at tier_podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, and we hope you did, then great, share it. Share it. Just let people know, really.
Hannah, are you eating on mic? We're almost finished. You couldn't wait 20 more seconds before having some pretzels.
You're the one that interrupted my...
That's right. That's right. Flips pretzels. The tastiest pretzels covered in chocolate.
They're salty and sweet, like Michael.
And you too can enjoy Flips pretzels with their monthly subscription plan. 10% off in the discount.
when you type in Darlings of Chelsea.
Enjoy your Flips pretzels and your Darlings of Chelsea sofa.
That's right. All other sofa companies stuff theirs with geese, but not Darlings of Chelsea. It's pretzels all the way down. Yeah. If you really enjoy the podcast and you're still with us at this point, then check out our Patreon program. There's bonus material. There's actual physical puzzly things in the office. Tom and Anna are fighting over the pretzel bag, and more stuff. And not to mention our undying love and gratification. Gratitude. The
Gratification means that we will service you. We will turn up in your homes and do things for you.
Depending on the tier that
Buy
you
your
sign up
sofa.
for our Patreon. If you need a special tier made for you and you've got enough money, let us know. We'll sort something out. Ben is soft.
And with that happy ending,
We'll love you lots and we'll see you next time on the Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
bye-bye.